Latwii and Quo on energy balancing and the chakras. Can you tell us something about the chakras? Do they play an important part in our spiritual growth? Latwii. I am Latwii, and am aware of your query, my brother. We may speak briefly upon this topic in hopes that we may clarify rather than confuse. You may look at your being, including your physical vehicle, as a crystal. Each of your energy centers, or chakras, as they are called by your people, are as a facet of a crystal, which contains more or less blockage at each center. These blockages are your lessons, shall we say, in coded form. As you work upon your own thinking and perceiving, and widen the viewpoint, you remove blockages, so that which has been called the prana, or the cosmic influx of love and light, which enters your being at the lower chakra, may pass through your various energy centers in a more and more pure manner. That is to say, as you remove blockages or balance distortion, you allow the light, the prana, the cosmic energy of the one Creator, to enter and move through your being in a manner which promotes or allows the white light to remain white and allows your beingness to be infused with the fullness of the one Creator. When this process has occurred through each chakra or energy center, beginning at the base and moving through the crown of the head, the experience which many of your mystical traditions of seeking have called by various names, enlightenment, nirvana, samadhi, then occurs as the entity comes to know itself as that which it has been from before time began, the one Creator. I have a question about balancing chakras. I understand the idea behind it, but I don't understand how you would do it. Do you do this through balancing good and bad occurrences in your life? I'm assuming forgiveness has to be the best way. But are we to balance every little nuance in our life? Bad occurrences that we don't like and balance it with good? Or is there more to this that I do not understand? I am Quo, and am aware of your query, my brother. This query has great significance, for in one sense or another, it is both necessary and most helpful to be able to use the catalyst of your illusion as food for growth. The catalyst could be anything that takes you off the center of the love of the one infinite Creator, which is your starting point. The love of the Creator made all that there is within the one infinite creation, made every entity, every being, everything. That is where you are when you are not experiencing catalyst, any catalyst, be it what you might call of a positive nature or of a negative nature, that which causes one to be happy, causes one to the sadness, causes one to feel difficulty, or causes one to feel that there is no difficulty. When you are at the end of your day, it is helpful to engage in the balancing process in the meditative state, so that you review what you might call the book of your experience for the day that you have helped to write, and others who have interacted with you have also been co-authors of this book of experiences. You look first at whatever took you off of your center of love. You relive that experience with whomever it was involved. Then you exaggerate that experience. You cause it to get larger and larger, so that it makes more of an impact in your total being, so that you feel its presence, you feel its power, you feel how it caused you to move away from the basic foundation, the experience of love. Then you imagine the opposite of this experience that would also then grow by itself into an equal amount of power, expression, and experience. This type of balancing, then, is based upon the premise that those of Ra have shared with this group, that says that in order to balance a distortion, one must accentuate it. So, feeling the accentuation of both the positive and the negative, the good and the bad, you see yourself as being acceptable for having both of these experiences within your being as a portion of what you shall become throughout your life experience. That is, the one infinite creator, a 360-degree being that has all of the experiences that can ever be imagined contained within it. This is your journey. This is your path. This is the path of every seeker of truth, to discover the nature of the Creator within the self. This discovery is made by balancing all of the catalysts, the food for growth, that comes to you in every day of your life. This is a journey of seeking that could well take an entire lifetime, and more than one lifetime to accomplish. But as you are able to do this, and to gain more experiences, and become more and more a 360-degree being, then you become more and more of the one infinite Creator. You fulfill the journey of every seeker of truth, to become one once again with the one infinite Creator, which you always have been since before time began. For you were made by the one Creator, out of the one Creator, within the universe of the one Creator. As you do this balancing, and you say, okay, I'm going to balance. I desire to balance my chakra. But are you having to say this particular chakra, or will this just go where it's needed? I am Quo, and am aware of your query, my brother. It is often helpful on the intellectual level, as well as the experiential level, to be able to see how each chakra is affected by whatever catalyst that you have experienced. For the experience of, say, anger, and the opposite of acceptance, can be utilized throughout all of the chakras, so that within the red ray chakra, that which is concerned with survival and sexual reproduction, that you see perhaps there was a place where your survival was at risk. Within the orange ray chakra, or the personal nature of your being, your personal eccentricities and expressions of the basic ability to accept yourself, that maybe that acceptance of the self was something that was distorted in a manner which could benefit from the balancing. As you move into the yellow ray of your group activities, perhaps the catalyst was something that affected the group, your family, the workplace, your community, and so forth. The green ray chakra of unconditional love for all about one. If that was momentarily interrupted by your experience, that then can also be a portion of the balancing process that helps you know more about how to love others as yourself and as the one infinite creator. The blue ray chakra, a freely given and receiving communication, perhaps was hindered at some point, where the ability to communicate with another or to understand another was hindered by some interaction that brought catalyst. The indigo ray chakra, that where you are experiencing the nature of intelligent energy, the beginning of the choice to become the creator, to open oneself to that experience, was perhaps not allowed a free range of possibility. The violet ray chakra is one which is not usually involved in such experiences, as it is your basic nature. It is who you are when you look at all chakras added up, according to how you have been able to process your catalyst throughout your life experience. Question: I wish to open my heart center to experience a greater level of deep connection with oneness, with the oneness of all creation. I can feel the power behind that and what that means to be at one, and to feel this deep, infinite connection. But I have a fear that is in between there, and it's blocking. It's a fear of losing my identity, or losing my feeling of who I am. You know, my own personal identity. Can you speak to that? We are those of Quo, and we thank you and understand your query, my sister. Indeed, this experience of which you speak is not an uncommon one upon the people of this planet. For you see, the movement towards the heart chakra, the development of that unconditional, unbreaking love, is the journey toward the realization of unity and of oneness. It is inherently challenging to be part of the Creator that you call identity, that you call ego, that which separates by choice, so that Creator may learn more about creation. We wish to tell you that though this is not an uncommon experience, we do empathize with the experience itself, and we do so joyfully. We might add, for it is most potent catalyst for you to experience. We are joyous because the realization that is on the other side is fully encapsulating, is ringing with the music of creation, that movement of flow of love and of energy throughout everything all at once. If you could imagine, we hear of your struggle and we smile, for it is one of the greatest lessons you are learning here at this time, that to let go of this sense of self, lovingly we might add, opens the self up to the greater truth of this united experiential reality. We understand that the illusion is so created to, we shall say, trick or condition you into believing that there is a self that is separate from another self, that the identity you hold so dearly, that you've put energy and time into cultivating. And we would speak to that and say that that is an honorable investment of energy as well. For that too is experience that the Creator can draw upon to know itself. There is no waste of time or space or vibration in any of that. Over time, you have developed a sense of who you are on a global level, if you will, on a very minute stage in the reality of everything. And that development has gifted all of creation in ways and means undefinable. And we understand your desire to move towards that oneness, and that it can be difficult to reconcile the two. The separate self and the desire to open the heart towards the true unity, the unconditional love that flows through all. And we would suggest that you see that struggle and that experience with that open heart that you desire to fully embody, embracing the challenge and knowing that it is a beautiful, perfect challenge. It is a gift and a blessing to be tested, if you will, in such a way to look upon creation and see it as one, as part of self. I am that, and that is me. This intention that you have set forth is perhaps the greatest leap forward on this journey of this incarnation of which you speak, and many on this planet are finding themselves embarking upon that same journey. And there is a bit of a pun in that description, for to find oneself, one must find the capital One Self, the one self that is all that there is. And so, my sister, we would humbly suggest that this experience, though challenging and perhaps frustrating and uncomfortable, is a most noble one, and that the gift of this challenge is already taking root, already presenting you with a bounty upon which to cultivate this path forward. That you are asking these questions is a highlight of that, and you will find that many across this planet are asking the same questions, seeking to find the unity, seeking to let the identity fall away, hoping to discover that path where brother and sister may hold hands in the realization that they are one another in this unending, infinite spiral of energy. Latwii and Quo on energy balancing and the chakras. Thank you.